Like, would you want to date you? Hey guys, for those of you who are new, my name is Andrea. My friends call me E, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I wanted to do my first chit chat get ready with me. Want to talk about online dating. So I am not a professional online dater because that title just sounds terrible, but I have been online dating here and there for a number of years. So I wanted to give kind of like my take on online dating and dating in Dallas just a little bit, you know, like how it's been going. I've been here for it's been a little over 3 years now, and dating really isn't that bad. Like, people make it seem like dating in Dallas sucks. Dating everywhere is what you make it, right? So if you're doing some online dating, I just wanted to share a couple of tips and some of my favorite online dating sites to meet guys. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, like this video, and stay tuned. All right, so I have a brunch to go to and I definitely have to hurry up, but I wanted to just talk to you all about online dating. So first, let me start off with saying my top favorite dating sites, online dating sites. So the first one, and this is in no order, this is just where I see more involvement and more like we're taking it off of online and actually meeting in person. So one would be Hinge. So I really do like the Hinge app. And I'm gonna be looking over here because this is where my mirror is. So actually, let me turn y'all. Okay. So one thing that I really like about Hinge is that it has conversation prompts. So it's not just all pictures, right? So they have things where you can say, dating me is like, and then you fill in the prompt, right? So someone may say dating me is like winning the lottery, or dating me is like finding 20 bucks in your laundry. So things like that, I think it's really cute because it shows someone's personality. And you know, it's not just straight pictures or straight like a profile where it's just blank and you can fill in the information yourself. Because one thing that I noticed about some sites is that people don't fill it in, right? They just leave that area blank, or they'll say fill in later, or hit me up if you want to know more. Like, Hinge forces you for the most part to fill that in. And I say for the most part because I've seen some men's profiles where they may put like a period here and then go down to the next one, because you have to put something in the box, right? And so I've noticed that some guys will just put a period here just to get through that box, just to say, you know, something has been answered. So to me, that shows laziness, and you can easily weed out people who just do that, right? So that's one of my favorite sites. Another one is actually Facebook dating. One thing that I enjoy about Facebook dating is that you can see who likes you, like who hearts you. And I appreciate that because Facebook dating does not have like a premium membership, or you have to pay to see your likes. You have to pay to send more likes. That's one thing that I appreciate about Facebook dating. Now, I will say this, I'm very late to Facebook dating. When Facebook dating first came out, for some reason, I didn't have access to it because I know it was specific profiles or whatever if you were in a certain area. I don't know what that's about. I think they're still like that actually, because one of my friends isn't able to access Facebook dating, which is crazy. And so she's not able to get on, and so I don't know why it's some profiles have access to it and some profiles don't. But either way, I like that they don't have a premium feature, or you have to pay for this, you have to pay for that. I also like that Facebook dating has, it's like you can never hit the end of it. Like, you can just keep going X, 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 heart, heart, X, X. Like, it never runs out. Some apps, right, they don't have that many people on it, so you will start to see a recycling of people on some of these other apps. But Facebook dating is like a, I'm not gonna say it's a bottomless pit, because I don't think it's a pit, but it's endless pretty much. So I do like that about Facebook dating. I also like that Facebook dating pulls information from your Facebook profile. You can kind of limit some things that, you know, you share, but I do like that you can't just go in and make some stuff up, because, you know, some apps you could just make stuff up. So like where you're from, that's already on your Facebook profile. And so that's not something that you can just change. So I appreciate that about it. What editing Andrea here. So what I'm really trying to say about Facebook dating is that it's kind of harder to create a catfish or a fake dating profile with Facebook dating unless you're going to do the full on entirely fake Facebook. So that's what I'm trying to say here. Else, I guess that's it with Facebook dating. Another app that I like is actually Bumble. So I remember I was very hesitant about using Bumble. I want to say the first time I used Bumble was in 2020 during the lockdown. And the reason why I was hesitant about it is that women speak first on Bumble. When there's a man-woman relationship, women have to speak first. And the reason why I was kind of like, I don't know about this, is because I feel like the man should speak first. I no longer feel like that, but at the time, that's how I felt. And so that's why I was like, I don't want to use Bumble. One thing that I appreciate about Bumble is that you control who's in your inbox. So for all of these sites, right, you have to have a mutual match before you can start communicating with someone. But what if like you accidentally heart somebody and now they can just send you a message, right? Let's say on Facebook dating, you accidentally like somebody, you were moving too fast or your finger slipped or what have you. Well, they can just hop into your inbox and they can just start chatting with you. And instead of just deleting them, right? You know, like you actually have a conversation with them and you find that they're a cool person. Well, one thing that I appreciate on Bumble is that you can't accidentally like send someone a message. So you may accidentally like them or heart them or whatever, but you as the woman have to send them a message first. So if you accidentally like them and you really want them to just, you know, disappear from your likes, you can just not send them a message and delete, and they will never realize like, oh, this person never spoke to me. They can't just get in your inbox. I don't know if that makes sense, but pretty much you have more control on who can send you a message once you mutually like. So that's one thing that I appreciate about Bumble. Now, when it comes to online dating, there are just some things, like I'll do another video about some red flags to be aware of when looking at people's profiles or men's profiles. I'll do another video on that because there's some things. That's not what this video is for. This video is just some of my favorite sites and just some harmless tips when it comes to online dating. So one tip I would say is when it comes to your pictures, smile. I talked to a few of my male friends who have done online dating, and you know, like the whole sexy face, like that's cute, but men want to see you smile. They want to see you kind of like having fun, and they want to see that, you know, like you look like you're a fun person to be around and like you like to have a good time. And smiling definitely helps with that. Another tip when it comes to pictures is have at least 2 full body pictures. And y'all remember back in the day where we had MySpace and people learned their angles and doing a, no, they want to see a full on, not using your angles, just a full on, full body picture. Men appreciate that. They're very visual people, right? So they want to see, what is it that you look like? Full body, right? Like, and to be fair, we want that too, right? We want to see what the guy looks like an honest picture of the guy. So they want it too. And speaking of honesty, this is something that I hear a lot from guys, and I've seen it on their profiles as well, is that they are tired of these filters. Ladies, they're tired of the filters. I'm tired of I do not like when a guy has filters on his picture. And we're not talking about just the, you know, doggy ears filter. We're talking about, you know, the VHS filter or the eyelashes filter or the, like, men don't want to see that. They want to know what you look like, honestly. And this may be to each his own, like, who do you ask? I meet a lot of guys who, they don't like when women wear a full face of makeup. Like, they can't tell what they look like if the makeup wasn't there. And it's funny as I'm sitting here doing a full face of makeup. But guys want to see, you know, what you look like. Again, very, like, visual creatures. We're more of the emotional. We're more of the, what are they responding? What are they saying on their profile? But they are very much visually attracted to people, or attracted to women, I'll say. So let's chill on the filters, ladies. Like, keep all that for Instagram and Snapchat and TikToks and all of that, because on dating sites, that's not the place for it. It gets out of control. The face tuning, all of that, like, that's not what the dating sites are here for. Like, that, keep that on Instagram and all those other social media sites. So yeah, those are probably like my biggest 3 tips. Here's an honorable mention tip, I'll say, when it comes to pictures, is chill out on the group pictures. Like, we know y'all have friends. That's lovely. It's wonderful. But the reason why I say, like, let's not show them too many group pictures is because what we don't want is for the guy to be looking at your friends or looking at your family or anything like that to start off with. And I say that because, like, what if one of your friends in the picture is more his type than you? You don't want to just show him your cute friends. Like, we know birds of a feather, right? Flock together. So you cute, he's already going to assume your friend's cute. But let's not just give that to him, because yeah, no, that's just not. I highly discourage that. So yeah, what are some of y'all favorite online dating sites? Have you had any luck with them? Or has it been pretty tough for you all too? One thing I will say is that with online dating, you know, you have a lot of options right there. You're seeing a lot of people at one time, and I feel like as women, we look for the smallest things wrong with guys in a profile. I used to get really annoyed when guys would use the wrong, what is it, like a homophone? Like, I would get annoyed when guys would use the wrong to or your or their or no. That would be really annoying. But now that's not really a deal breaker for me. It's annoying, but it's not a deal breaker. Before it used to be, but now I've kind of gotten over it. I don't know, maybe that was the anal side of me. I can be very like particular. So yeah, I kind of like let that go though. But one thing that I will say is that I personally do not like when men write on their dating profiles. I hate when they write everything they don't like, everything they're not looking for. And my cousin and I just had this conversation yesterday morning. I was like, I hate when guys get on there and be like, I'm not about to be your sponsor. Do not send your Cash App number. I'm not about to follow you on OnlyFans and Snapchat and Instagram. So no need to leave that information. I don't like a girl who has her butt all out and show some class. I hate when men do that. Now granted, women do it too, and we need to stop doing that. What happened to the profiles where it says, hey, my name is Andrea. I'm originally from the DC, Maryland area. I've been in Dallas now for about 3 years. I'm looking for a tour guide. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, send me a message. What happened to those? What happened to those? Like, we don't have to keep saying, and men as well, nobody has to keep saying what they don't like. Tell me what you like. Tell me something that will intrigue me to want to learn more. That's all. I need to go wet my beauty blender. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. So yeah, I would highly recommend to keep it light, you know? Like, you don't have to go so deep so soon. I think it's fair to just provide the basics, you know, in your profiles when you're building these profiles on these different sites. You know, of course, like your name, your age is already provided. You know, I think it's nice to say where you're from, because that could be a conversation starter. Because, you know, he might be from the same area or may have family there, and that could be a conversation starter for you. So I think that's cool to say. I don't think you need to provide like where you work or even what you do. That's my take on it. I'm going to ask some of my male friends, like, do they want to see that? Because it's not a question I asked them, and I never thought about that. For guys, I think that's a conversation for me. So that's not something that if you don't put on your profile, I'm going to swipe left or I'm going to, you know, hit the X. I don't do that. I know some women who may do that, but I particularly don't do it. So yeah, I think it just really depends on your taste. But yeah. But I think that if you have kids, answer that question in the you know, when you build your profile, that's something that they ask you. I think that that's a fair category that you should answer. I don't think that you should put on your profile if you smoke, you know, if you're 420 friendly. I don't think that that's something that you should put on your profile. Again, this is my opinion. I've met other people that are like, you know, I met other people who were like, no, you should put that on your profile so that they know right off the bat. I feel like that's no one's business until, you know, it gets to that level. So yeah, I think it's really weird. And again, I'm talking about in Texas because marijuana is illegal in Texas. I think it's really weird to just provide information like that when it's illegal to do in Texas. So I don't think that that's something that you should just free for all. Like, hey guys, I do this. Me personally, I don't think that. So everybody feels differently about it. That's how I feel. I really don't feel like doing any contour. I don't know, does my face look really flat? It kind of does. It kind of does. So maybe I do need to do it. I think people in general have this idea that dating is supposed to be easy and everything is just going to fall into your lap, and people don't want to even do the work in the beginning. So how is it supposed to work later? And when I say do the work, I mean be open, be honest, be transparent, you know, and be something like would you want to date you? Like I don't think people actually ask themselves that question. Would you want to date you? Would you want to be somebody that they date? Like, if you are a complainer, if there's something wrong all the time, if you put that in your online profile that, you know, I hate a man who's not giving, who doesn't, you know, who doesn't take me out on dates, or a guy who's cheap, or a guy who uses coupons on the first date, like, don't talk to me. If that's your energy, why would somebody want to talk to you? I don't know. I be so confused. From the stories that my cousin tells me, how dating life is for him, and some of the women that he has met online, it's kind of like, ugh, that's what's out there? I wouldn't want to date you either. So I just wonder, like, do people answer that question like, would you date you? Are you fun? Are you naggy? Or like, would you give people a headache or a hard time? And I'm not saying that your dating profile has to be, I am a submissive woman. I would cook for you. I would clean for you. I'm not saying that it has to be like that. You definitely have to be yourself. But if you're giving off energy of, I don't need a man, then why are you on here? If you're giving off energy of, I only want a man who's going to pay my bills, or I only want a man that's going to take care of me and my kids, or just take care of me, why are you online? That's not, you need to be on a sugar mama, sugar daddy site, sugar baby site. That's really what it is. It's a sugar baby site. That's more of what you're looking for. And I am looking for my face powder. So yeah, just I don't know, be aware of your energy and what you're trying to give off. So all of these like advices or what have you is for matching with people, right? Matching with substantial people, actually getting like positive responses. And then, you know, take it to the conversation. What's your conversation like? There are a couple of questions. I'll give y'all a little bit of questions that I like to ask men before we meet up. Or, you know, whenever we meet up, whatever. It really depends. One of my, I call them my bank of questions. One of my favorite questions to ask is, what is the most adventurous thing you've ever done? A follow-up to that question would be, would you do it again? Right? So I want to know, when I ask this question, I want to know, what's your risk level? What are you down to do? What are you not down to do? You know, because for some people, the biggest risk or the most adventurous thing they've ever done is change states, which is fine. I just want to know what it is. I want to know, like, how comfortable are you with getting out of your comfort zone? I met a guy, we went out, and I asked him that question. To this day, he still don't have an answer. He don't have an answer. So I'm like, okay, cool. Another question I like to ask is, what is your go-to karaoke song? I want to know your vibe. Like, I want to know if you had to pick a song to sing in front of a bunch of people you do not know, or even people you know, whatever. What song are you picking? What song do you know the words to, or what song do you feel passionate about? Or, you know, like, there are some songs where I'm like, I would pick this song just to get the crowd moving. You know, it's provocative. It gets them moving. So yeah, so there are some songs where I would pick like that. And so I would ask you, what's your go-to karaoke song? I want to know your vibe. And then normally, like, people will say, oh, my song is Party in the USA. Majority of people know that song. I'm not gonna say everybody, especially not of my hue. A majority of people know that song. They have a good time. It gets the crowd moving. It's, you know, people have a good time. So that's why, you know, I would say maybe that song. Depending, you know. I may have a top 3. I may ask the question like, what's your top 3 karaoke songs? Same guy, I asked that question too. He says, oh, I don't do karaoke. Okay, that's fine. I said, all right, let me ask you this. Staying on the same lines of karaoke, I said, if you're on a road trip and you know you feeling it, like, what song are you putting on to put you in a good mood, that you're singing or rapping to or what have you? Like, what song are you putting on? He says, I don't play music in my car. I'm usually on the phone handling business. I'm like, even on a road trip? He says, yeah. I just did a 6-hour or whatever, 6-7 hour road trip from Memphis. And I didn't have the radio on. I didn't have anything playing that whole time. I was on the phone and I was handling business. Okay. He was on the phone handling business, y'all. So I'm like, yeah, this ain't it, bruh. And I'm not saying I don't think it's not gonna work because you don't have your radio on for a 6-hour road trip. What I'm saying is the way that you responded was as if that was beneath you. Oh, I don't have the radio on in my car. I'm handling business. What? Even if you don't have the radio on, like, humor me. Like, you're not even trying to make it was very frustrating. Very frustrating talking to this guy. And, you know, I could talk about just any topic, but I'm trying to find common ground for us to talk about. And no matter what I would ask or say, he was just, it was not like, it was just not for him. He wasn't into it, which is fine. My feelings are not hurt at all whatsoever. But to me, it was just very interesting how he was just against everything. But anyway, going back to what I was saying about questions. those are a couple questions I like to ask before, you know, the serious questions, right? Like, people like the serious questions. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you want to be married? Do you want to have kids? I like to, you know, ease into that stuff. Yeah, I like to ease into that. Because sometimes there's a lot of pressure on folks. So, yeah, those are my 3 questions. Did I give you all 3 questions? I think I did. Anyway. Alright. I'm going to finish my eyes and put on some lashes. And then we're going to get dressed because... What time is it? It's 12 o'clock. Hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video off here. I ended up not putting on falsies because I ran out of time. So... I hope you like my makeup look. If you have any suggestions on makeup or some techniques I should probably change and do, please leave them in the comments below. I am very open to ideas. I'm open to suggestions and all of that. So, hope you all like this video. Hopefully you all will take some of my tips and use them in your online dating experience. And remember, online dating or just dating in general, it is what you make it. So if you go in with a negative attitude, you're going to get a negative experience. So I hope you guys enjoy. See you all in my next one. Bye.